Yet another update for Delta Force just launched today with no downtime for any of the players. So the big selling point of this update is Black Hawk Down. So the single player campaign for Delta Force now has an official solo mode. I haven't gotten in yet to check it out, but I would imagine now have AI teammates as opposed to needing actual real human players to play the other 3 operators to get to that 4-man squad. So that's something that's unfortunately only PC exclusive. As far as I understand, the single player campaign is not yet available for mobile, and the campaign itself is built on UE5, so no clue if they'll ever bring it to mobile. Hopefully they do. Now, before getting into the patch notes, as per usual, there'll be a link in the description down below, as well as in the top pinned comment if you want to go and read through them for yourselves. So getting right into it, there are a slew of events that are available, giving you access to certain things in operations, and then you can also get access to weapon XP tokens and double XP cards for warfare matches. There's also a new weapon bundle available in the store called the Luminous Alloy Bundle. I could honestly care less about it. Let's just get right into the meat and potatoes of the patch with operator balance adjustments. So starting off with Uluru in both modes, his quick set cover deployment distance has been increased from 15 meters to 30 meters, allowing you to deploy it further away from where you are. The cover generation speed was increased from 5 seconds to 2 seconds, so from what I understand, they generate a lot faster. Composite incendiary, so his throwable, the damage range was adjusted from 8 to 20 to 12 to 20, so I would imagine it now covers a larger area from when it actually detonates or ignites to when the fire is actually fully spread out, and the damage activation delay after landing reduced from 0.5 seconds to 0.25 seconds, so the damage should start activating a lot quicker. For operations, quick set cover improved durability against weapon and ammunition damage. For Shepard in both modes, his sonic trap saw its existence distance increased from 60 meters to 70 meters. So basically this means that before, if you were further than 60 meters from your trap that was positioned somewhere, it would simply essentially disappear, and now that range has been extended to 70 meters, so you can now be 70 meters away from a trap before it just disappears. For Toxic in both modes, the Dragonfly Swarm system, after the enemy removes the device, their HP recovery speed decreases from 1.5 seconds to 2.5 seconds, so making health recovery a little bit faster. For operations, the Adreno Boost saw its duration increased from 15 seconds to 25 seconds, and the cooldown is also increased from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. The Swarm system, when the enemy is hit, their HP depletion rate increases from 5 HP per second to 7.5 HP per second, and it also reduces max HP by 90, which was previously 55. So the Dragonfly Swarm system in operations is going to be pretty powerful. For Seneva in both modes, the grapple gun reduced the hitbox of the hook and adjusted its bending logic to make it more difficult to break. I felt like it was already pretty good unless you are behind cover, which in that situation it should break. Curious to see if you'll be able to pull people out of cover now that they adjusted the bending logic. For operations, the EOD set saw a few adjustments, so the observation window HP was increased from 200 to 250, and on mobile from 150 to 175. The shield attack stamina consumption decreased from 30 to 25, so you can now technically do 4 shield bashes. They fixed an issue where shield attacks dealt incorrect damage to elite enemies, and in Victory Unite mode in Warfare, which is not available yet, as far as I understand it's going to be available as of May 30th, the EOD set cooldown was increased from 45 seconds to 75 seconds, but only in that very specific mode that is yet to be available. Luna, and I'm sure this will shock absolutely nobody, got yet another buff. So in both modes, the Volt Arrow, the attack range is increased from 4 meters to 5 meters, so now enemies can get damaged in a larger radius, and the Volt Arrow damage in operations was increased from 17 to 25. It's really a head scratcher to me as to why Luna's getting so many buffs every single patch, but I digress. Let's move on to Nox. In both modes, the Tactical Flashbang increased throwing distance and default release angle. In operations, cooldown increased from 30 seconds to 45 seconds, and in Warfare, changed to a charge-based system. So the default charge is 1, you can have a maximum of 2 charge with a new 45-second cooldown, so you no longer have to replenish the flashbangs by ammo boxes or resupply stations across the map. Moving on to weapon balance adjustments. So in both modes, the M14 Marksman Rifle, they slightly increased the early stage recoil. For the AS Val, they re-engineered firing stability and recoil sensation, so I'm curious to see how that gun will feel now. For the 7.25 double barrel shotgun, he slightly increased the reload speed, which is literally what I talked about when I made the build video for this thing, and optimized the timing of loading bullets. Blinding flashlight, the duration decreased from 2 seconds to 1 second, so now if you have a flashlight that provides this buff or active ability, the duration was cut down by half. For operation, the AS Val Assault Rifle, the Tsunami Long Barrel, the attributes were changed, so the range was 4, now it's 5, stability was 0, now it's 6, recoil was 12, now it's 10, control was 0, now it's -2, and the hipfire was 0, now it's -12. For the VSS Elite Integral Stock, again attribute changes, stability was 0, now it's 6, base control was 0, now it's -4, hipfire was -8, now it's -16. For the Ash 12, the limb damage multiplier increased from 0.4 to 0.45. For the Ash 12 skeleton stock, attribute changes, recoil was 0, now it's 3, handling was 12, now it's 6, stability was 0, now it's 4, hipfire was 0, now it's 12, and they removed the firing stability bonus. For the Ash 12 sniper stock, attribute changes, stability was 0, now it's 4, hipfire was 0, now it's -16. Titan compensator, recoil was 16, now it's 10, stability was -3, now it's 0, hipfire was 0, now it's 12. For the Ember suppressor, recoil was 8, now it's 10, handling was -8, now it's -4, stability was 0, now it's 4, hipfire was 0, now it's -8. For the Titan suppressor, recoil was 10, now it's 16, stability was -3, now it's 4, hipfire was 0, now it's -16, and the suppression range medium is now changed to large. The Ash 12 Annihilator Precision Long Barrel, attribute changes, added improved firing stability, the handling was -7 and now it's -9, the hipfire was -12 and now it's -20. For the 30 round mag, it used to reduce the handling by 6 and now it's -2. For the CI-19, the stable gas block, improved firing stability, enhanced horizontal recoil control, improved horizontal FOV stability during firing, and the handling was 3, now it's -4. For the rapid gas block, the stability was -3 and now it's 0, and they removed firing stability penalty. For the AUG, it's Dawn Zero integrally suppressed barrel, that's a mouthful. The control was -10, now it's -3, the stability was 6, now it's 8, and the suppression range was medium and now it is large. For the double barrel shotgun, the base damage was increased from 15 to 17, the armor penetration increased from 16 to 18. For the Vector submachine gun, the CAF damage multiplier, which is incredibly specific, was increased from 0.35 to 0.4. For warfare, M250 general machine gun saw another nerf, so the abdomen damage multiplier was reduced from 1 to 0.8. The limb damage multiplier was reduced from 0.9 to 0.8. The K437 assault rifle, and a surprise to no one, got a nerf, so its base damage was decreased from 25 damage per shot to 24, and the range damage fall off was increased. The damage at 20 meters now starts at 0.75, was previously 0.85. At 30 meters, it's now doing 0.65 damage multiplier, was previously 0.75. At 50 meters, it's now doing 0.55, it was previously 0.65. And at 70 meters, it's now doing 0.5x damage, it was previously 0.55. For the AUG assault rifle, so again, the Dawn Zero integrally suppressed barrel, the stability was -3, it's now 4. The hipfire was 0, it's now -4. And the suppression range was medium, it's now large. And finally, the 725 double barrel shotgun actually got a buff, so the base damage was increased from 25 to 34, making it even more lethal as it has a lot of pellets per shot. The range damage fall off was increased. So the damage at 8 meters now starts at 0.75, it was previously 0.7, so a very slight buff in terms of damage fall off. And finally, for bug fixes and optimizations, they fixed an issue where shopping cart icons would sometimes appear next to owned items in the loadout screen, they fixed missing text resources, and they fixed a bug where Seneva could instantly draw weapons while holding a shield through certain skill combinations. So that pretty much covers the entirety of the patch notes. Again, link in the description down below as well as in the top pinned comment if you want to go and check them out for yourselves. Let me know how you're feeling about all these balance changes. A lot of things that I wish I would have seen in here that were not implemented or changed. Let me know if you're also going to play Black Hawk Down campaign solo with AI teammates, if you were actually wanting something like this, or if you've played the campaign at all. In any case, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.